What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Quantum Show panel discussion. Waiting for people to start barging in the door. And what's up, everybody? Renee, as we're coming in. What's up? I like the image of the meditating wolf too. I tried to recolor with Copilot, but it was a little much at the moment, so it kind of came out brown. Right? That's fine. Good deal, Samo. Sounds good. Hear me clear. Good deal. What's up, Sarah? Yeah. What's up, Aussie? What's up, Unknown? Tim is in here somewhere. Aussie, Sarah, and there were other people here earlier. Let me see here. I think that's it for the moment, unless I'm not seeing. I went up to the top. Good deal. And there we go. Alrighty then. So yeah, talking about what's up, Scream. Welcome back to the panel discussion. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed the first hour. It was thought of all week long, and there's a lot of noise to signal ratio going on right now. So I figured I'd revisit an old topic last discussed in March of last year. And we needed it. We needed it. We still need it. Keep them shields up. Stay grounded because have you looked outside? Between the weather and the news and the TikTok and I want you to feel this way. Yeah. We need shielding and grounding. Coming in the front door. What's up, Tim?
Howdy, howdy.
How are you doing? Because you were down.
Well, through the help of modern medicine, I'm here this weekend. Uh, but I hurt my back sometime during the frost, and it just never got better. And then one night, I had to go to the emergency room, and I've been down ever since. Um,
Dude.
I didn't know if I was going to be able to make this show or not tonight, but you know, if
Oh, yeah.
if I get incoherent or anything, you all know I have some severe back problems going on, and I have to adjust in the chair a lot.
Totally, totally okay. And if you need to go, it's okay. You're not letting me down. I know crap happens.
Yeah, but if I can, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Um,
this is a pretty light topic today. Anyway, shielding and grounding. Coming in the front door also. Hey, Lynn, what's up?
Hello, how are you doing?
Doing
Not too
better.
much. We're doing all right.
Your sound is weird. I don't think your
Weird.
microphone here is turned on. I think it's on your device.
Damn it, I told him that, and he has left the room.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
well,
you're switched to the different microphone.
that's what
Use
I thought
use
too.
this one.
Yeah, well, you can say that to me and say anything you like, and I'm going to have problems figuring it out.
It
Okay.
sounds like you're talking through a cup and a
Yeah,
napkin.
it's defaulting to the built-in mic.
Yeah,
is that
it's not
better?
using the headset. No,
Not better. Okay, so we will do something else. How about that?
no. It still sounds the same.
Yeah, good God. And you know what's funny? I haven't changed to the
Oh,
okay. How about this?
It is the same.
Okay, I'm gonna flash back out of here and I'm gonna go find Sean.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
We'll do it that way. I will
Those
be
aren't
back momentarily.
okie doke. Raven is going to be on here at some point. She'll be back.
okay.
Sound issues. Do you have a thing running over there, Tim? Because I hear a background whir and
I just have the fan on the computer, but my mic's over like right here. Can you really hear that fan?
I heard it cut out when you did whatever you did.
Oh, weird. I just moved the mic toward me. Maybe it was the mic stand might have been.
Touch your microphone again.
Is this loose?
No, just touch the microphone.
I'm touching it.
Okay, it's still there. It must be that fan running, because I hear kind of like a high pitched background.
I'm amazed.
It's soft, but it's there.
I'm amazed that the microphone is that receptive.
Yeah, it sounds like you're using a boom mic. It sounds good.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, here. This is my mic. It's yo.
Touch the wire as you hold it up to you.
Touching
hold it up like you did, and then touch the wire.
It's just the USB.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking maybe it's a grounding thing, but I don't think so. No, unknown. Now try jumping up and down. Good one though. Dance jump around like a chicken.
Oh no.
No,
I can't do it. Too much back work.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you all like said that that you all heard my fan, I'm like, damn, this mic is receptive, but I don't know how to set it someplace where you can hear me but not hear everything, you know?
Right. Yeah, it seems that. See, this thing, it sounds like I'm talking through a cheap mic. I know. I've listened to the shows back. But let me tell you, this Guitar Hero mic, holy cow, best mic. It's Sony, right?
Yeah.
It's a PS4, or rather PS3 USB microphone. Thing's badass. Omnidirectional. You can hear a little bit of here, but nothing from here. Unless I yell into it. What is that one that you have?
That's my Samsung. It's a really cheap tinny mic that I use because different things require different audio. You don't always want clear audio. That sounds ironic, but it's true. Yeah. You don't always want clean audio.
Yeah. Speaking of shielding and grounding, okay, Lynn is coming back. Let's see how she sounds. Go ahead, Lynn. Give us a sound check.
Do I sound better?
Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay.
Much better. You also had a ticking noise going on.
That's my fan. I have to have that on.
Well, I thought. Well, it sounded. No, it's not there now. It's fine now.
Oh.
But you had a ticking noise before. It disappeared when you left. Yeah. Samo is saying on his end, perfect.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, way better. You're very clear now.
I'm glad to hear that. Okay, it's nothing more annoying than to interrupt because you're not heard.
Right. The background noise.
Yeah, well, I know what happened. It was the interface between the computer and the chair.
Keyboard and chair, yeah.
Yeah, it's the IDT 10 network. The idiot that's trying to run the shit, trying to run her own stuff and probably can't.
Yeah, we have PEBCAC going on. Had PEBCAC. PEBCAC has been repaired. Raven is coming in. What's up, Raven? Full house.
Hi, Raven.
Hi. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Okay.
What a week, y'all.
Boy, oh boy.
What a week. You know what? I started off saying, we're not getting disclosure. It's going to be all prepared statements. It's going to be everything. And then, boom, they give us disclosure. Go ahead, Tim.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't I put up a
Believe
video.
any of them? Now, remember, these are politicians, and you know when politician lies?
When their mouth
it's totally a lie. It's
Right.
totally a lie. It was just Obama on a fucking an interview saying that he saw that there
The aliens are
were
real.
they're
Aliens are
real,
real, but I
but
haven't
he's
seen
never
any.
seen one. So,
Yeah.
how much is that real? You know.
And then they
that
interviewed.
would say yeah, but no.
And then they interviewed Trump, and Trump kind of shited him and said, he shouldn't be talking. That's classified, and he shouldn't have said that. And
As soon as he give a good, okay, we promised we weren't going to go here.
so then,
No, this is aliens.
so
This is aliens.
this is aliens.
okay.
So
This
then,
is
the
aliens.
following day, Trump issues a statement saying that he is going to open up the files on the UFO.
Rather, he open up files on the other incident.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's the coverage of that. You can go look at it anywhere else. We don't need to talk about that anymore here. But we're talking about, speaking of shielding and signal to noise, meditation shields up. How do y'all like that
I do.
picture I came up with? Ironically, the dog man werewolf person is the voice of reason here. I identify closer with that guy than I do any of the other guys. No alien, no Bigfoot, no robot, no super AI. I identify mostly, it's strange, as a dog man wearing sci-fi armor. I just do. I don't know why. Let me.
Well, okay, so there's people think that this is a joke, but there is a Saint Christopher actually was a dog man, and they're called the Cenocephali, and they're real. They're very real. There's lots of documentation from India because they would trade with them twice a year. The Cenocephali lived way up in the mountains. Twice a year, they would meet and they would trade arrows and weapons for herbs. And they used a lot of those herbs in their medicines. And so they documented exactly in very detail how many arrows they traded for how many bundles of herbs and for a couple centuries at least. And so Marco Polo wrote about them also, and went up and to the mountain and actually stayed with them for a little while and wrote all about their culture and how they can understand you speaking English, but they cannot speak it back to you. And Saint Christopher got his sainthood and got his ability to speak from his acts of service, helping people across this very dangerous river, because they're taller than we are. They have hands. They're hairy on the backside, but they do have digits, so they can grasp things and do things, unlike a dog that has paws, and they're thicker. Their hands are really thick, kind of like a half paw, half hand, if you could envision putting that together. They also, anyway, back to St. Christopher, he was studying with a monk. He wanted to convert to Christianity and he wanted to be part of civilization. And so he left the mountains. And this dangerous river it was just treacherous at certain parts of the day, and people were always getting washed downstream, and little kids would be missing and so forth. So his act of service was to put those people on their shoulder and go across the river. And you see on the medal, the Catholic medal for St. Christopher, he's got Jesus on his shoulder as an infant crossing the water.
Right.
And it's the patron saint of all travelers. And he didn't actually have the baby Jesus on his shoulder, but it was just kind of I don't know how that iconography got manipulated a little bit, but that's the story. And so he was then able to speak after that. But yeah, they're very real. The
sounds pretty magical to me. Sounds pretty.
Yeah, I heard the story a bit differently, but essentially the same, except that he did actually escort the Holy Family across a very deep river safely, and Christ blessed him at that time.
Oh.
So essentially the same thing.
Wrong time. I mean,
yeah, it's very much wrong timing.
I was going to say, oh, they're like they're taller than we are. The Cenocephali are like a small one would be 6 foot, but they were more like in the 7 and 8 foot range, which is why he was able to traverse that river without any problem.
Right.
Well, this sounds like a little bit of lycanthropy. Lycanthropy.
Okay, let's talk about lycanthropy.
Yeah.
Lycanthropy is more of a changing into a wolf or adapting into a wolf.
Right. There's another medical word for it, though, and that escapes me right now. It is essentially where there's hair on the face and the hands and the entire body.
Right. If anyone knows, type in the chat.
Lycanthropy or something like that.
Well, no, that's the mythical quantum thing. The medical thing.
It's what? Hypertrichosis. Oh yeah, okay. Hypertrichosis is what it's called. Couldn't remember that to save my life.
Yay, Storm.
And there's modern instances of it, and Barnum and Bailey Circus had a couple of these folks. It's not exactly common.
No, it's rare. But I do have pictures up now that I've got the word. I will show pictures.
Like 2 brothers or something. They had them in a freak show or the circus.
Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it right here.
Yeah.
This I don't know why it says osmosis, but I think that was the title of a paper or something. But this is werewolf syndrome.
Yeah, it's quite real.
Now this is more like wolf man stuff, right?
Yeah.
Not lycanthropy. This is not. This is.
It's not the same thing.
It came from. Of course, people, muggles, link it together because lots of hair, right? But it's not the same thing. Not at all the same thing. But shape shifting is well, we don't need to know about that because, well, I don't know much about the medical topic of it either. So don't really need to know.
It's a syndrome. It's a genetically acquired one.
I was explaining why I had the phone in my face. If you talk to it, it spells it for you.
Oh.
Yeah, Storm is right here, guys. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, he is right here. And Samo is saying nicely, link is at the top if you'd like to throw some love Nathan's way in the form of coffee. Always coffee. Also, shout out, Good Morning UFO, Alien Girl 111. Always. I was talking about disclosure before everything happened, right? On Amy's live Twitter X live spaces. And I got a laugh from everybody in the chat. I didn't know it could happen. I didn't even know why anybody laughed at it because I was doing this impersonation. We've got the best disclosure. Big beautiful disclosure. Big beautiful disclosure. And I ended up talking a lot. I lost it pretty quick. I ended up sounding like the nanny. Like, big beautiful disclosure. So I was like, yeah, I lost it. That's okay. I'm glad y'all liked it. It was hilarious.
Hello.
She was asking, do I think we're going to get it? And I'm like, no. Prepared statements. But that was before all that happened. I did a video on it, right? I did actually 2 little videos on it. I did a proper short, and I did a small, like 2-minute video. But you can go on the channel and watch it if you like. We're here now. And shielding, meditation, noise cancellation. These all sound like electronic technical things, but they are quantum. I've gone over them several times. We've talked about shielding, meditation, breathing techniques, keeping the noise out, controlling your mind. I don't like to let people tell me how to feel, ever. I am crazy enough without letting other people tell me how to be crazy. I am.
Yeah, I got crazy
complete-
down.
I'm completely in control of my crazy. It is a great tool to have. But yeah, did y'all see the first hour?
Mhm.
Yes.
How
Yes.
did I do?
Good. Really
I
good.
thought it was a good show.
Was
Yeah.
my delivery good? I tried to not say right, too much.
Yeah, I know it's hard.
Yeah.
You need that little space in between, and you got to fill it with something. And it's
Yeah.
Right.
or
And that's another one.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, not right. It's wrong.
I especially
But
like that you mentioned crystals and how
yes.
they can help shield you. Because I never take this off.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
take it off.
Well, we all have a quantum link going
I
on
don't know if you
to
see
the
it or not.
I see it to the crystal
Crystal.
network. Now, I can't
And mine
really
has
wear
chakra stones. So
okay. I can't really wear a pendant at work because it interferes with, everything else. And it's just easier to not. So you know, I keep the link active. It's been harder lately, but I've been able to do it.
can you keep one in your pocket?
I always have one in reach.
I try to, but then I don't want to lose it either, because
Right.
I'm in and out of my pockets all the time.
I have all kinds of crystals in my pockets every day, all day long. I have two of these right here. These are pneumite.
Here,
They're a grounding stone. I got one in each
Mhm.
pocket. I never leave home without it. It's like American Express, never leave home without it. Yeah. The
To make sure
pneumite
the
is
American Express works. Right?
this they come from Greenland, and they are from a layer of really deep earth that was pushed up sometime in the 70s, I think. It's relatively kind of new on the crystal scene or whatever, but it's made of some of the oldest stuff of the planet, and it's really a good grounder.
yeah,
Throws
grounding.
those roots nice and deep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
grounding. Okay. Now, our grounding can be interrupted from all the outside noise.
Yeah.
Maintain a good ground. You don't want to be told how to think or feel. We have enough. It's built in. We can do it ourselves. We don't need help. And I just think that it's so important to keep the noise out. So many people have no idea, right? I know we do. We're all affected by it all the time, but we got to be. I like to stay in control of, how I react to things. I have an edge that I practiced Buddhism for 2 years.
Mhm.
Even that fails sometimes, you know.
Yeah. And I study Buddhism too. And, sometimes these things fail. They just do. We're human,
Yeah, we're human.
But what's nice about it, if you've got a routine, where you generally ground, or you generally keep a protection around you and that sort of thing, you can actually snap back into your routine a lot quicker
Right.
and cut that outside noise out.
Right. A familiar shape that you can once you get that routine you're talking about, you get that familiar shape and it clicks it back. All of it is remembered.
Mhm.
Haptic feedback type thing, right?
Yeah.
Some people wear a rubber band on their wrist.
Yeah, the constant little
Snap it.
pressure.
Hmm?
The constant pressure, and sometimes just snap it to get
Snap it.
focused.
Doom scrolling. The doom scrolling thing. I get hung up on that.
Yeah.
And I know better. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I just want to see one more. Just one more. And
Just
I'm
one more.
procrastinating, doing something. And it's like, oh, that's really cool. I got to go down that rabbit hole. And then I'm, Googling.
Now
something
suddenly
else.
it's 5 p.m. and nothing has happened in your house.
That's right.
Started at 11.
Doesn't happen as
The
often.
garbage has not gone out. The
You know?
supper is not made, and oh shit, I feel stupid here.
And oh shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's just the phone thing. So many people are so addicted to the phone.
I don't find it with the phone so much, but I'm kind of in my chair a lot. I have to be. And this is a good place for me to read. It's a good place for me to look at television if I want it, or doom scroll. And usually I'll go over to some other thing like listening to healing music or things like that, because that's beneficial to me.
Right. Yeah. I leave it in my purse a lot, and then I'll get around to looking at the messages or whatever later on, but I can't. I often, when I've tried to kind of keep it with me, if I'm expecting a call or whatever, I inevitably leave it somewhere and forget where I put it. I was lost in the garage for like 2 days one time. It had died, and I couldn't call it or have anyone call it to ring to find it. And so, yeah, I went 2 days without a phone.
Well,
and it was nice. It was really nice. I didn't have that. I get anxiety when I hear the little notifications of shit go off, or I hear a text come in. I'm doing something and it interrupts me. And then sometimes I forget where the hell I'm at,
Yeah. And it's meant to. It's meant to keep your attention on it at all times, because there's advertising on it. You must be advertised to,
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on.
Part of the outside noise. That's part of the outside noise. Like, I will leave my phone over here and go do other stuff, and I won't even have it. I'll take my radio outside, wash the car, whatever.
Yeah.
Not lately, but I'll still do stuff outside or over there in the other parts of the house, not in here with my phone. And maybe I'll do that for an hour, and I'll come back to a screen full of crap that's come in. And I'm like, didn't miss it at all.
And that's the other thing I do. I make sure that everything that I don't care about is not on my phone.
Right.
I don't look at news on my phone. I don't look at anything but weather and my schedule for the day. That kind of helps keep me on track.
Mm-hmm.
Renee went and got books. I want to do a shout out for books.
Yes.
I got a book. I got a new book, and this is funny. Y'all are gonna love this. Getting it.
Good job, Renee. I used to live at the library.
I picked up a new book. This is by Kent Wilson on Facebook. This is hip. I know this person.
Yeah.
Don't buy generic batteries, and it's probably not a demon. Memoirs. Hey, keep it down over there.
Nice.
Memoirs of a Paranormal Investigator.
I love it.
Probably not.
Shout out Kent Wilson. Clip that.
Love
That's great.
That's awesome.
That's perfect.
Drown out the world, okay?
That is great.
Yeah.
Did he hear it from
We
you,
could
or
sue-
did you hear
can
it
we
from
sue
him?
for
or-
copyright infringement? Because it's still not demons. It's over here.
Yeah.
Or is it a common saying in the community?
Oh, this is his thing, right? It's not a common saying. This is his title. I love it. Don't buy generic batteries, and it's probably not a demon. This is his saying by Kent Wilson. It is not a huge book, but it doesn't matter. It's how many pages are we numbered? This looks like a self-published. Yeah, it appears that almost every page is its own chapter. I'm sure. See, it's pretty thin, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be thick.
Well, cool.
Link will be in the description after the show.
And I'll tell you one that's actually pretty good, and I leave it in the bathroom for bathroom reading. You understand?
Mm.
And it's Reader's Digest. That thing's been around for years upon years, and they're still publishing. And it's good. You can read an article, maybe two, put it down, and go about your day.
Mm-hmm.
But you've done something to make your mind work.
Well, at least break away from programming. That's for sure.
Yeah.
for a
And
minute.
break away from electronics and that. And back
I
to
will not
something
take my
in your
phone
hand.
into the bathroom. There's just some things that need to remain sacred. Okay, I won't take my phone to the bathroom. I refuse.
Right.
I don't carry a phone in there myself.
No.
I figure that if there's a way to turn that thing on, no, we're not doing it. No. Just no.
Oh, it's always listening. So yeah, I've been getting all the ads from every conversation. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
But
it's ridiculous. I don't
you know
need a
what?
little spy.
Let me go ahead and bring up his book.
Yeah, I said the word hair color to somebody this week. I have been inundated with hair color advertising.
Yes.
Inundated. Be a blonde, be a brunette. Make the damn thing red. Do something with your hair, for crying out loud. And I'm not thinking, leave me alone. I'm just letting it go gray. Leave me alone.
I looked up a recipe online the other day, and now my phone wants to give me that same recipe 45 different ways.
Right. Long after you're done with that recipe.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, most of my recipes are in my head. I mean, after all, I've been cooking for a very long time. And, I've got them in my head, and Storm will say, well, how do I make this? Well, you take a handful of that, a pinch of this, and Storm is again, your hand, my hand. Your hand, my hand. And it's true. I could put both my hands in one of his and still have room left over. And, I'm like, yeah, we need to figure this out a little better. So I've been bringing it down to, like a cup or a half cup or a teaspoon or an eighth teaspoon or a 16th of a teaspoon. So he can figure that out. He went to engineering school. It's all good.
Yeah, engineers are very precise about it.
Oh my God, they are. Oh my God.
I just don't measure either. I mean, I'm just kind of.
I just throw it in there and hope for the best. I'm told I'm a fairly decent cook, but it's especially when when he and I started this debacle with my illness. He didn't cook anything at all except enchiladas. And I said, if you can do enchiladas, you'll do just fine with what I tell you. So I taught him how to cook, and showed him how to get to where he needed to go if he had a question about it. Should I not be there, I've created a monster. The man knows how to saute, for Christ's sake. He says, I kind of like this. And I'm like, awesome. What are you doing? Oh, I'm sweating it. I'm like, huh?
Well, Ammo, like the book said, it's probably not a demon. It might be a tapeworm, but it's probably not a demon.
No, it's still not a demon. Tapeworm's a possibility, though. Just do a cleanse, buddy. You'll be fine and clean as a whistle inside.
Yeah, and I was joking about eating the grass in your yard. That's how you get a tapeworm. Don't do that.
That's a damn fine way to get a tapeworm. Hanging your clothes outside to dry is a good way to get a tapeworm.
Huh?
Bet you didn't know that, did you?
No.
Oh, yeah. It ever occurred to anybody that our ancestors, our grandmas and our mothers, hung clothes out and then brought them in and ironed them? It wasn't because they liked ironing, folks. It was to kill any worms that happened to fly up on them. Because if they get that close, they're close enough.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought that, I felt like such a rebel because I don't iron anything.
No, I've always done it, but I'll finish stuff in a dryer for just that reason, because you know, when we were quite small, we had managed to get a pinworm, and doctor said, "Are you hanging your clothes outside?" And mom went, "Well, yeah." Yeah, who's got money for a dryer? And he laughed and he goes, "Well, you either can iron your clothes or occasionally have your kids brought in to be dewormed, whichever you prefer."
Oh, God.
She goes, "I think I'll iron." It's a hell of a lot cheaper.
I always wonder why they ironed the sheet. Grandma would iron the sheets. I'm like,
Yeah,
who cares?
everything.
You're gonna wad them all up anyway.
Even blankets.
I just thought she
Yeah.
liked ironing.
No, they didn't like ironing. It was backbreaking work.
Nobody likes ironing.
No,
Well,
Yeah.
it's little.
nobody likes ironing.
When Frank was still working, he wore a suit and tie, and or at least a dress shirt and tie. And that had to be ironed every damn day.
Mm-hmm.
But the steam from the iron is what killed the worms. So you had a bonus of getting rid of the wrinkles, but that's why it was done.
Oh God! See, I hate ironing. So when I was married, I had to do my husband's uniforms, and so I just bought that stuff that's that wrinkle release stuff. Or just
Did it work?
The fabric, and pull the shirt down and just spray it a little more and pull it taut and done.
Well, he smelled good anyway.
Wow. Okay, I learned something new today.
When I got out of the military, I promised myself that I would wash and wear all my clothes from here on out, because we lived in that time period where they told us that our uniforms were wash and wear, but they were not. In fact, we had to iron them on a daily basis to make them presentable. And somebody would get you in trouble for ironing them, and somebody else would get you in trouble for not ironing them. So I hated ironing to the point that now I make sure that I wear cotton, linen clothes that don't wrinkle much.
And I went just the opposite way. I went to hanging clothes.
Yes.
Inside. Okay, I'm not stupid.
Right.
And I'm not putting nothing outside. And I mean, I live in New Mexico. The wind is real, and the dirt is even more real. So you put out clean, wet clothes in a dust bowl. No, thank you very much. I'm crazy. I'm not stupid.
Bring in orange sheets.
Yeah, but I make sure everything is. I'm at a point in my life where I cannot afford to have a piece of clothing that puts me in a hospital. Because it would. If I started ironing again, I'd be back there just as sure as hell. I don't need that.
Yeah, they put so many additives in the ironing spray now.
Can you imagine?
Like pure asbestos, cornstarch.
They use it.
Cheaper than Ozempic. Oh my God.
It is, but it eventually does kill you. Did you happen to see that part? It does.
Yeah, I know.
Tape will kill you.
Oh yeah.
And a whole bunch of them will kill you a lot faster.
Yeah, you gotta there's herbal ways to do that. I do it.
Yeah, it's a cleanse.
It's easy, and it's just herbs. Just herbs.
Ivermectin probably would work, wouldn't it?
I wouldn't do that myself. Just wouldn't. It's too strong for the human body. They have to be careful with horses and cattle.
Mm-hmm.
But the human body really shouldn't try. But the herbal stuff, like an herbal parasite cleanse, that works fine.
Yeah.
It's going to give you the screaming memes for a couple of days.
Let me.
You'll have to stay near a bathroom. But it will work.
Not necessarily. There is a fairly cheap thing to get. these Amazon bottles print things so tiny, but it's
Oh, I know.
senna leaf, cinnamon, sagrada bark, I'm not sure, aloe vera, fennel seed. That is a cleanse. Oh,
Hmm.
psyllium husk.
Oh yeah,
I'm not really sure what that is, right?
it's
But
fiber. It's straight
oh,
up fiber.
so that is a cleanse,
Hmm.
and there's also magnesium
There,
and
there for a while,
Like a
psyllium
whole
husk
day of
was used
drinking to
for
do it.
bread.
well, yeah, but then you're drunk as fuck. You said a whole day. See, there's
It's
a
a whole day of
downside to
drinking,
that.
you know.
What?
Psyllium
There's-
fiber is Metamucil.
Did some
Okay.
whiskey, vodka,
Yeah,
whatever.
most people don't get them these days, but it can happen. I mean, you can go down into Mexico and come back with Montezuma's Revenge just fine. You know?
Yep.
I've heard that.
Yep. Garlic or just garlic, chopped
Yeah,
up garlic.
garlic will do it.
But that's it's better to
Pumpkin.
have a lot of the other stuff too. Did you say pumpkin?
Yeah,
Pumpkin seed works.
we feed pumpkin to the goats and stuff because they shit out the worms.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I put pumpkin puree in her dog food.
Yeah,
Because
it's good for
just
dogs
so
too.
it's so good for her, and they
Yeah.
like it. It's semi-sweet, and
Give
And
it
it
a
keeps them from getting bound up too.
yeah, that, and it's full of good stuff for them, not just fiber. I mean, it's all the minerals, because
Pumpkin's loaded with nutrition.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I like pumpkin stuff. I like the pumpkin pie, and I kind of like semi-sweet too. I mean, I'm a big coffee drinker, and I'm light on the creamer, even though I go through a lot of it. It's just one bottle of creamer is like 30 cups of coffee worth of creamer for me.
Is
I
it still dirty the way you drink it though?
just a little bit. I just put a little.
Okay.
I go through
Yeah.
a big thing a week. Creamer.
See, and that's the one thing in my life that if it disappeared completely, I wouldn't care. And that is pumpkin spice.
Now,
I
Lynn,
hate that.
where does pumpkin spice come from?
I know where it comes from.
Hipsters. Oh, you meant really?
Really? Yeah. Well,
Where does pumpkin spice come from? Hipsters, especially the basic blonde about the. Never mind. Hi, welcome to Starbucks.
Now, here we go. Here are the ingredients. Now, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, cloves. Allspice is one of the modern additions, right? But
Right.
cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, clove. That is a protection spell,
Yes.
straight up.
Mhm.
And the allspice, that's a modern thing, right? But that is a protection spell. That's kitchen witchery.
Mhm.
And the more natural, the better, right? Not necessarily.
Yeah, it's not necessarily really good for somebody who's allergic to cloves, so that's part of the reason I don't get it.
Rosemary is
barring
good
that,
for protection. Rosemary.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Rosemary is part of the
But
protection.
that is kitchen witchery that's made it to the mainstream. Kind of like the Easter holiday. It's made it to the mainstream. It's not going away ever.
They like our herbs because they make their meat taste good.
Yeah. And the allspice stuff, that's kind of a modern addition.
Well, too, and one of the fun things about, stuff like that, and knowing that particular discipline, you get a brand new neighbor, you want to get on with your neighbor, you make them a little something sweet and lovely, and you make sure that you give them herbs in that little concoction that just makes everybody happy with one another.
Yes,
I've done that. I've done that with every single neighbor on this block.
Yeah,
I have trouble with none of them.
They're naturally higher vibration ingredients, and then your intention is also going in there. Higher vibration. Got you.
When you go to higher vibration, you come right back to manifestation.
Yeah,
And
and good
that's
things
the
happen.
key to manifest. What in the world?
Wow.
That was my phone. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, the higher vibration. When you vibrate higher, you end up attracting better things to you. Like you wonder, well, I keep affirming these things and going back to these things, and the reason that you're being thwarted in your goal is usually because you're not matching the vibration of the thing you want.
That's true.
Yeah, it's that simple too, and that's almost too darn simple.
Yeah.
Because how do you vibrate higher? Well, get happy. That's one. Make sure that things don't bother you on a base level. You protect yourself, like we've been talking about, and you make sure that your space vibrates higher, where you're not fighting at home and you're not yelling at your kids and stuff like that, because that's all lower vibration. And if you keep going at a lower vibration, you'll attract lower vibration things. And the
Right.
more you ask the universe for, say, a new Mercedes, the more likely you are not going to have one, because you're not vibrating there, and the universe will not entertain such a thing because it can't hear you. You have to vibrate up where that is.
Yeah. I put it such as your comms aren't right.
Mhm.
Message not sending. Fix your comms. COMMS, communications.
Right.
Fix your protocol. That's the way I put it. And the crystal network has its own protocol, and so far everybody but one person has met that protocol,
Hmm.
and we're all in it. Um,
And we
yeah,
all know when one another is hurting. We all know when someone's having a good week too. I don't know how you guys foresee, but if I want to know, say, if things are okay with Tim and Sarah, I'll take what I call a peek, just a snapshot.
hmm
Is everything feeling right? Is everything okay? If it's not, I'll call. See if there's something I can do to make things better.
right.
But and the same thing with you or Raven. Are things okay?
hmm
But I have to take that snapshot.
Right.
I
Yeah.
have I have to tune into it, so to speak.
Right. It doesn't. It's not a data dump to go in on this crystal
No.
network. You can pick and choose. You can tune in. I mean, it's there. And just so everyone knows, it is powered by reality. We tune into it. It's powered with reality.
Mhm.
It's not only us. It's whatever the force. Okay. And Urso sent me a video, and it's a tone. It's a generated tone, and it's a good frequency. I will go ahead and play it for a split second here because it's really loud. um, and let me see here. Where are we? I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, I'm not gonna play for very long. This is a frequency, right? It says Draco Archon brain parasites die when this sound is heard. It's a frequency. It's a generated frequency. Here we go. Love those visuals.
You can kill these things.
Okay, got it. Understood. Thank you. That's cool.
Yeah, I've
That
seen plenty. Blah!
Yeah,
Anyway,
excellent visuals.
what the hell was that thing?
It
that
was
was just
Probably a
parasite.
maggot.
a tapeworm or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not
it
really
it
about.
looked to me like it was a tape.
Yeah, it's not really about the visuals. It's about the frequency and
Well, it's necessary because I was watching a video today. There's a doctor that was on there. He's from North Carolina, who has taken these sampled snow from the 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
He got a good smattering from the United States. He got 5 different samples from 5 different areas. These things have some kind of a wormy parasite thing in them, and everybody's complaining of upper respiratory something or other. I know I've had a cough ever since it snowed, and I don't usually have a cough, and it's deep, and it's got some substance to it, and I'm like, oh my god. I just learned this afternoon. It's like, oh, I was so horrified. I had to stop it. I just had to stop it and leave and go do something because I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, you don't want to ruminate on that.
No.
But upset you.
Raven, you found something else about the snow. Shall we watch it?
Sure.
Remember this video? This is from that big snowstorm.
Yeah, that's me.
Excuse me.
You hear it? Look at that. I'm holding a torch to that, and it's not melting. I mean, it's creating a hole, but there's no water generating out of that.
Yeah, it's evaporating.
Mm-hmm. There's very little when snow is like that. I'm surprised it packed up like that. Because usually it has to be wet snow to pack. But dry, you've seen dry snows where it wouldn't even pack. It's just powder.
And this packed easily to a hardened ice ball. I watched some videos that people had that when the snow melted, it left like a plasticky looking like film on the grass and on their yards and stuff. Very weird.
I haven't looked to see if anyone's done an analysis of it. Just
this guy was doing an analysis, and he's got a breakdown of it. And I didn't write it down.
I know this, that our weather patterns. Of course, we've had some terrifically interesting weather this year, but I also know that the wind has come over from China, over Japan, over the Pacific. And thereabouts. And we've had a couple of pretty good-sized volcano eruptions in those areas. And mix all that together, and you got sludge.
Yeah. These have like the chemtrails, which have aluminum, strontium. I can't remember the third one primarily, but sometimes there's a different cocktail of them or whatever. Aggravating. Everybody's up.
I live in the Southwest, and I've had a cough since September.
Yeah. Did you get heavily chemtrailed there?
Not particularly. We have a number of military installations in this area, which I won't name because, well, I don't really want anybody's attention that badly.
Yeah.
But
they're watching.
Oh, I know, and I still ain't gonna say it.
Agents, aliens, and AI. Like and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum. I know you won't.
No.
Okay.
But there's a lot of that here. But as far as chemtrails in and of itself, no, not really. We have an airport here that comes and goes. It's international, and I see some evidence of jets coming and going, of course, but not chemtrails, not like what you're describing.
Here in the St. Louis, greater St. Louis area, it's bad. It's really bad. And I see them all the time. I can just sit there on the deck and just watch them just fan out. Yeah. Get sprayed. We get sprayed all the time.
You also get Great Lake weather, and that's probably filled with all sorts of parasite vectors.
Yeah.
I don't think we get. I'm way south of the Great Lakes, though.
The wind the wind carries it.
Oh,
You're not that far south. If air is making its way from China,
I mean, I'm like a 6-hour drive from Chicago.
That's quite a ways down from the Great Lakes. That's clear down near Missouri, right?
Yeah, I'm just I can see the arch from the end of my driveway down there.
Oh, okay.
Right,
So yeah, no, you shouldn't have lake effect snow per se.
okay, they're not overt. But let me tell you, I'm in Tennessee. I was getting Canadian wildfire smoke. I know you were too.
Yeah, I was.
Nathan. Yeah, you too, because it makes its way. And the lake effect is not, you're talking lake effect, right? I'm talking just the air affected. It makes its way down here.
Well, sure it does. Yeah.
Because if
I was thinking snow.
And it's constant. No, we're not snow, but the moisture in the upper atmosphere, it makes its way from there to here. And it's not just the Chinese, Japanese ocean stuff.
No, it's not.
It's from. Oh, it definitely does make its way. You can. I mean, I don't have any resources.
I didn't mean to imply that it did. It goes clear across the country. It has no other way to go.
Yeah, and I know the smoke is a different density than the air vapors, but they kind of work on the same principle.
Yeah. No, we smelled. We had Canadian wildfire smoke down here.
Right.
Stuff from Washington, Oregon too, and California.
Did you get any of that?
We had the Aurora Borealis lights this far south with the last bit of smoke.
You didn't watch it. It was overcast.
Yeah.
I missed for overcast too. But
I wanted to see it.
The snow samples have that. What is that? MR2, MR. What do they call that? It was in the
mRNA.
Yes, it. Thank you. Yeah. There's that in all of the samples that he tested.
Does he have a video breakdown or a page?
Yeah.
Where he breaks it down?
He does on this. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. He tested for a whole long list of stuff. Quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I need to.
It's triggering.
Actually, the wildfires in Canada reach down here in New Mexico, and that's about not quite 1,000 miles. That was Samo. That was a lot of smoke. It sure was. So much was on fire.
Yeah.
I am 1,600 miles from Canada. And it still made its way down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets up there into that stratosphere and it just goes around and around.
Mm-hmm.
And it generally drops from higher latitudes down to lower latitudes over time.
Yeah, and that was not a constant. The lakes are a constant. They're always there. And they're fresh water, so they evaporate pretty easily. Just have air and you have pressure difference, you have moisture. And it makes its way down. Go ahead.
Think about all that air concentrating on the tropics. That must be a cesspool where it becomes back water again. And then before freezing and coming back through the atmosphere into your environment.
Yeah. Florida is literally a swamp. And it gets it. Louisiana, all southern Texas. They all get that. There is swamp in Texas. Yes, there is.
Microorganisms freeze in the water and they don't die like people think that they all die. They don't necessarily all die. Some of them adapt to that extreme type of environment and continue to fly in the sky, so to speak, adapting. So
tardigrade is called. They even had that in space, the tardigrade.
Well, tardigrades
Yes.
are actually really good. I mean, yeah.
They
It's an
found,
example. It's an example. Go ahead, Tim.
yeah, it's a good example. They also found bacteria on the outside of the International Space Station. The point is that they also found microplastics in the drillings in Antarctica. The point is, everywhere that there's human activity, you're going to find signs of human activity.
You're going to find pollution, in other words.
Well, you're going to find signs we were there if we were there. If you're going and you're looking for some place new, you're not going to find it. The observer, it's a quantum effect too. The observer always has some effect over the observed. You just never know what the effect is.
True.
Yep, and there is an actual geological term for the time of humans. It is the Anthropocene.
Yes. We moved out of the Holocene into the Anthropocene about 1800s. You figure it out by looking backwards, not by looking forwards so much.
Right. And that is the signs of humanity as we understand them. We're not talking about, well, we could talk about ancient humanity before too long, but it is break time. It's been an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So don't start no crazy topics while I'm going out of the room. Okay?
Okay.
We can't help ourselves.
We want to talk about the Anthropocene so bad.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what that is.
Age of known modern humanity. Break time. I need coffee.
I do too. I'll be right back.
Sounds like a really good idea. Are we going to mind the store? Are we going to mind? Period. Namaste.
I'm just glad it's you, Lynn. I always like spending time with you. On air, off air, whatever.
I appreciate that very much. It's you gather so much junk in the world in the week, and you can just sort of offload it for a little bit,
Yeah, I look forward to this. I don't want to say it's my fantasy time, but it's my time of entertainment, where I think about things that my mind doesn't get to think about during the week while it's engaged in thinking about real visceral things like when to burn the burn pile back behind the shed.
Yeah. I scream at my son to clean his room,
Yeah, so, I like, some of it is real to me. I've shared my stories. Some of it is not real to me. And, I challenge those areas, and it's fine. It's healthy. And I think that wow. Was that from your zone or my zone?
Not from mine.
Raven just said it was me. It was a cat.
Well, yeah, okay. I expected that. With the stuff that we are involved in here, I mean, like Storm's mother is all alone now. And so that can't be allowed to go on. And my niece and nephew are taking care of her, and they've decided to make that their life. So that's good. But we have the mundane to look after every single day. And, this is our time to walk away from that, talk about stuff that honestly interests us.
Yes.
I'm not interested in paying a damn car loan.
Right. If I wanted to tune in to freaking warranty information and things that I get in my email spam folder.
If I got that, I would probably not read it then either. Right. I was like this mind has been around for some time, and it's full and I don't want any more junk in it. Leave me alone, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
and Storm, Storm will look at that stuff and sort it out, and nothing flat, and say, "I don't know what you're upset about." And I'm like, "Well, I was yelling about this and that, the other thing," and he goes, "No, it's not." I'm like, "Okay, you handle it. You're obviously calm and got it together. You handle it." And this is if I would prefer to handle it rather than see you have a meltdown over it. You know. Yeah, you employ a lot of manifesting in your life. I know you do.
Oh, it's the only way to make reality. At least I thought until I got here and I found out that other people like think that every action has a reaction and live in a Newtonian physics world.
And I
I'm
don't live like that.
I'm like, I hit the freaking space age, read a few physics books, then thought that I got the qualifications to understand quantum philosophy, and here we are. Uh, I spent some years in college. I say some years because it was a community college and a esteemed university that I dropped out of. And my
College,
major was
college wasn't
anthropology.
what I wanted either.
Right.
I wanted Hogwarts, and I didn't realize it.
I wanted to know
You
more
know,
about myself. I took
yeah,
anthropology, and anthropology is a great major to learn that you don't need the academic system to find yourself.
yeah.
And they did that within the first 3.5 years.
Yeah, I'm an English major, and
Nice.
I'm good at it.
Ooh,
I don't sound like an
you're a
English
programmer
major.
now. You know
Well,
that.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Well, it means that you're one of the architects that they need to assign these language values to these generative language models. You're one of
Hmm.
the people that can just talk to make a living now if you wanted to.
Yeah, I kind of figured I was because you I've done that back in the day, and uh, it served me pretty well with writing,
Yeah.
and I'm published, and things like that, and we just we just do each other. And that is to say, me and Storm do. We do what we want to do and make our life fun. And
Right.
if it's not fun, I can assure you, I'm not doing it. And I mean that across the board. If it's not fun, and I don't find it to be at least rewarding, it doesn't have to be fun to be rewarding. I'm not doing it. And I've made that decision about 30 years ago now. Best decision I ever made. And I have gotten to do more things, see more things. Um, I've been of more service to other people by deciding to do that than I could have ever hoped for had I not done that. If I just gone along to get along, you know.
Right.
And it has served me very well to do that. The English major, in and of itself, wasn't worth a hoot in hell when I was looking for work. And although I've used it in every single one of my jobs, all of them, because I have
Hmm.
to communicate. And I learned, though, that I have to communicate on other people's level, not mine. My level was very high for communicating, but I bring it back down so that I can talk to Nathan or yourself or Raven or the doctor that lives 6 doors down. You know, I can bring my level of communication up for him a little bit because he speaks another language. That sounds silly. He speaks English, of course, but he speaks another language.
There's another channel that I will say he is an English major, and he flaunts it. And his parents are also, one of them is a professor, an English professor.
Hmm.
Dakhour Paranormal. Shout out Certified Quantum.
Cool.
Dakhour
Yeah.
Paranormal. Link in description.
Yeah.
We don't realize in our day-to-day actions that there are 100 different dialects in the United States alone, something
Right.
like that.
Really?
Where it's at least that many,
Wow.
and dialects of English.
Yeah.
You know, we figure, okay, Nathan speaks Tennessee. All y'all,
I
some of
bounce back
y'all,
and
maybe
forth
the
from
rest of y'all.
Tennessee and Texas.
Yeah, Texan is a harder dialect. It's very very stoppy. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
An example of the difference, I had to figure this out a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
This thing I'm sitting in here in Tennessee, generally, it's called a chair.
See, when I hear
In
you,
Texas,
Tennessee.
that's in Tennessee. In Texas, it's a char. There's an example. It is one small example. But they
I've
both
heard it
make
called
sense.
I've heard a refrigerator called a refrigerator.
Texas, the land of many, many dialects.
Mm-hmm.
Almost
Oh
as
boy.
many as California.
Well, you
Oh,
got a half a dozen in Georgia alone. You know, you have deep Southern dialect in Georgia. You'll have country Georgia, city Georgia, which is different.
You Yanks talk funny.
Yeah, but they
We
do. They
do,
have
though.
different dialects,
yeah.
and you know, we figure, oh, we're all, you know, just If you want me to talk Ohio, I can talk Ohio. Ohio's pretty easy to talk Ohio. That's how they do it.
Somebody say talk
Now, if you
Ohio?
want West Virginia, I can do West Virginia just fine. If you want to go a little deeper into Kentucky does a whole different way of talking.
Yeah, there's a lot of dialects in everywhere.
There's at least 100 in this
Some of them
country.
are obvious.
Yeah.
Don't you know? They're really obvious. But then some of them ain't so obvious. Now sit down in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. Oh, shout out Charlie Daniels.
Pull you up a stool.
There's all these different little micro dialects that occur along like my region is an Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, Arkansas crossover. It's like the furthest south that you can still be a southern state and still be a midwestern state is Arkansas.
Yeah. Right.
It's a weird melting pot right here.
And Ohio has that deeper dialect because during the Civil War, a lot of runaways and a lot of freedmen made their way to Ohio, Pennsylvania, and some others. Of course, farther north they were, the better they felt, and that changed the language some more. So I can speak Cleveland. Big difference there.
I can't do very much.
Not Cleveland, it's Cleveland.
I end up talking like the nanny every time. I give it up.
Has a O to everything. There's a lot of heavy Swedish that were in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I can do
my grandparents started their marriage in Illinois, and their way of speaking was very Scandinavian. Her name was Carl daughter, and his name was Youngland, which was Americanized to England.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of stuff happening in language.
Mhm.
It changes every time somebody picks up a new word.
Yeah.
Yes, and we should. We should. I think that we should mutate new forms of English to create new words that are more descriptive of situations. I don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but I can still talk about the things that I'm trying to convey. Like in computer science, you have certain situations occur that you need a verbal component in order to explain the situation at all.
Yeah.
To direct it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stream and Unknown are mentioning the Newfie accent. Well, I've got a video, and I'm going to show it.
Newfie? What is Newfie?
Newfoundland.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Newfie. I know this accent. I know it well because
Okay.
I have a friend from work. Let's hear this guy. For entertainment and education discussion purposes.
Nice.
Not hearing him.
Not allowed to hear him.
So not coming out.
They're
What?
muting him. They're muting him. We're not allowed to hear him.
Okay.
I thought I did it right. Let me try that
Well,
again.
maybe. No, I like the fact that he was holding a cigarette in his mouth and talking
I
at
had
the
it.
same
I had
time,
the
and
settings wrong. I had the
that
settings wrong.
has. Yeah, we'll try again.
I have closed captioning turned on. It's not correct though.
He settled here in 1842 from the County Mayo in Ireland.
What?
Norfolk.
Can you remember him?
No, never saw him. His father died, he was 72. He died in 1942.
There's really an Irish part in Newfoundland, isn't
Well, there was 4 of us. There was 2 brothers besides myself and my stepbrother. The Monday morning, my father would give you the work to do for the day, right from Monday till Saturday. You mightn't like to do it, but you were going doing it. And if you hadn't have done when you were eating your supper, he'd want to find out the reason why you didn't do it.
There you go.
And he'd know too.
There you go.
Yeah.
That
See,
was
and there you are.
complicated.
Well, Irish.
It sounds rather Irish, but it wasn't.
You can
I
hear
have an
said-
Irish friend.
Go ahead, Tim.
Didn't he say there were 4 Irish people that I'm not sure exactly what he said, but he said something
He was
about
talking
4
about
Irish.
Yeah,
he was talking about brothers.
They came from Ireland. 4 brothers came from Ireland, and they settled down here. And
Mhm.
says, "Yeah, I
And
can
Unknown can understand him. I love
course you
Unknown.
Yeah, I could understand him. I could understand him as long as I took time and really listened.
Yeah, you got to really listen.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
understand
You mean
It was
deciphering?
very
It's the
difficult.
same
think-
mechanism as speaking another language. You're deciphering. You're
Yeah.
translating. It's the same mechanism in your head.
When I was about I don't know, 7, 8 years old, my father had a hired hand that had no teeth, had a cigarette in his mouth most times, and I could barely understand him. I could not understand him most of the time. And my mom gave me one of the best pieces of information I could ever had. Just smile and pay attention to what he's saying. You'll come to understand what he's saying. And I thought, well, it's worth a shot, you know. If I could get in on their brainwave on what they're getting at, I can understand most people.
Uh-huh.
You know what? After there's more to that. Okay, there's a lot to that because
Yes.
after watching Clone Wars and Rebels so much, I now have come to understand this guy. What does he sound like?
I'm sorry, it's so low.
Is it just kind of going? Beep, 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 beep?
Hold on. Means I got you now, don't I? That's I see it on the sensors, but there's not a lot we can do. Look out, here they come, or here we go, depending on the context.
Oh,
you think
it's
I'm
trained.
lying? You think I'm making
No. I know this phenomenon. This happens in Japan all the time, but I don't know the word for it. It's taught you, Nathan. It's taught you to understand it. You haven't
right?
learned it. It's taught you to understand it.
So there you are.
Is it like telepathy?
No,
No,
Not exactly.
tones.
No,
It's tones.
It's
It goes back
linguistic.
to tones, right?
Mhm.
It goes back to judging the tones that we use before we learn words. It's
I'm a wee little robot.
yeah.
I won't
That
drink
sort of
water,
thing.
huh?
We baby things.
You
And
can
we
do
can
that with
understand
animals.
it.
You can tell, like,
Yes,
when they
you
are
do.
in
I
pain or
can
they're
teach a
hungry.
dog to
Or,
speak the same way.
yeah.
I haven't been able to teach these two much of that, but I have taught a little doggo to say I love mama.
I've
And
heard that, and
That's
it
precious.
does exactly. It doesn't take
Yeah.
any stretch of the imagination. That's exactly what that dog says.
and excited and knew what it was saying and knew what it meant. And
Cheers is talking about dogs.
another dog, I didn't teach her to say this, but she came out with for sure. I didn't teach her that, but it's you have to work with the dog or other animal real consistently to get them to get to that place if they can get there. If they can get there, they may not be able to. But it's like my little girl here. I'll look at her and say, only good dogs get this sort of thing. Just conversationally now. I don't yell at my dogs. I don't raise my voice. And she'll sit down and put a paw up like I'm a good dog, And I'll ask her, "Are you a good dog?" Mm-hmm. She'll So I don't know. You may be getting there.
Eventually, one of these times, I'm going to get either like a jackdaw, crow, or even a raven, and they can speak for me.
Maybe a magpie.
Where you can. There's one lady that has one. She's on YouTube, and it cusses at people for.
my Aunt
Eula, fuck you.
Yeah, my Aunt Eula had a magpie.
Yeah.
She and Uncle God, now his name escapes me, but Uncle Webb. There we go. And that bird would sit there, mind its own business, swinging on his swing. He was housebroke, where he could fly around the house, wasn't allowed outside, and he knew it. And he would sit on his perch and scream out to the kitchen, "Eula, feed the bird, feed the bird," And Eula could come right back at Webb, damn it, that bird's good and fat. And he'd go, "The better for the roasting pan." And then Eula come out and look at him. Yeah, it's about pan size. You know, they wouldn't do such a thing to this bird, but he'd sit in the window and whistle at the girls going by, and then Webb would get in trouble, and you would come after him with a frying pan. You know, that bird just gloried in it. And when the two of them passed, they passed within like a month of each other, because they were absolutely a pair. And that bird just dropped over. He couldn't take it.
Yeah.
Poor thing, you know. But oh my gosh, some of the troubles the Webb would get in over that bird, you know. And he'd leer at the girls going by and says, to pick up that mini just a little bit further, I'll be able to see clear to Timbuktu, you know, stuff like that. Oh, he was bad, that bird. And I looked at Webb, I said, where'd he learn language like that? Oh, no.
I don't know. Typical male response. Oh, you knew.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know anything about it. Not my fault.
Yep.
They were from West Virginia.
Well, Raven, have you looked at how to make friends with ravens?
Yeah. I just got a house full of cats. So, I mean, the poor thing, I'd be afraid to leave the house.
Why, raven and kill a cat.
Is it legal in your state to keep a raven as a pet?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Are they protected? I didn't know they were. There are not a lot of them.
Some states don't let you keep ravens as pets because they can easily be trained to steal things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're really good at it.
It's an old law from back when the pickpocket days were popular.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Crows the same way.
Now, are ravens smaller than a crow, or are they larger?
They're about the same size. You have to look at their
features.
At the
beaks.
Yes, bill to tell the difference.
You gotta look at features.
Yeah. There's Storm and I were in town, and he had parked on a there was an open lot, and I was basically sitting there minding my own business and just waiting for Storm to get back from some business he had to transact. And I had a sandwich that I didn't finish, and I had thrown those crows bread, you know, something to feed on, because they're carnivorous and they're omnivores, so they eat just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And threw them out there, and those birds followed us home.
You made a friend. You made a group.
I made a flock of friends.
I can tell the difference between a raven and a crow.
Okay. Okay. You got Storm here.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I give you the definitive difference between how you can tell a crow from a raven. Very simple. The difference between a crow and a raven is the number of the long feathers in the wings. A crow has 13, a raven has 14. Now these feathers are called pinions. Okay, so the difference between a raven and a crow is a matter of opinion.
And you did this on It's not my fault.
Dad jokes.
Oh, you have no idea. Which one is black? They're both black, ravens and crows. Ravens kind of have a oily sheen to them that changes color. So
I have a picture I would like to show. This will work.
Ravens are the only birds that play.
Well, no, you get a crow in a mood, he'll play with you.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Raven, fancy throat feathers. Crow, smooth throat feathers.
Yeah.
Raven, wedge-shaped tail. Crow, fan-shaped tail. And ravens croak before they learn to speak English. Same with crows. Caw, caw. Regularly barrel rolls. Oh, come on, you. Crows barrel roll, and and ravens barrel less, but they still talk shit. So there's some visual cues, right? You got
it's a matter of opinion.
Yeah.
That was bad. That was so bad. I loved it.
Here on the Quantum Show, everybody. No, you said it right. You said it right. The he was.
You want me to throw something at him as he goes by?
But yeah, there is a difference. But oh, sorry, Tim. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it is tail feather identification, basically.
Yeah. He was talking about the tail feathers, and well, you gotta get it's a little hard to tell visually. You're correct, but it's a little hard to tell visually because, well, they're always moving and they don't get close unless you're friends with them.
No.
So.
Yeah, they have thicker beaks.
They don't care to get close to humans usually.
Yeah.
There
is a beak.
That crew of reprobates cleaned out my bird feeder and nothing flat. You know. The little birds were intimidated by them, of course.
Yeah.
But they didn't stay long. They were migrating. I know they were. To have that kind of a big flock? Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, a kind of bird that people take for granted and they consider them a nuisance, but they really are not, are the starlings.
Mm-hmm.
They're smaller, not crow at all. They're very small. They're very pointy beaks, not crushing pointing beaks like crows and ravens got, but very pointy beaks.
Yeah, they prefer worms and seeds.
Yes, they will learn to talk, but they imitate sounds just as well as a mockingbird. It just takes a little time. Takes a little more time.
You know, it's really irking to have a magpie or a sparrows or ravens or crows to be near a fire station, because you will hear sirens not just when there's a siren, but just because the bird thinks it's pretty. You know? So it will say the woo woo. Oh man.
Roosters, roosters drive me nuts. I can't. I know you live right next door to one. I was in Hawaii, and this damn rooster was right outside there was a little farm right next to the hotel we were staying at, and that goddamn thing would go off at 3:00 in the morning. I mean, I just staggered to bed by 2:30. Okay. Damn thing would go off at 3, and it wouldn't shut up. It would not stop. And I'm like, I'm in hell. I'm actually in a tropical paradise, but I'm in a living hell because of that rooster.
Well, you know, I understand why crows, or rather roosters, scream in the morning. I know how they feel. In fact, they've got one in back, and the neighbor across the street has one. And I'll hear that, and I know, honey, I know. First thing in the morning. Yeah, I understand why they scream in the morning. I kind of feel that way myself sometimes.
We frequently make offerings to the ravens and crows here. I offer them aquarium gravel and birdseed.
Mm-hmm.
They take both.
Aquarium. Oh, they love pretty things, little shiny things.
give them colors that are rare in nature, and they'll pick them out.
Oh, wow.
They can see them. And what's interesting is you start doing that like on a daily basis, where you'll give them a handful of grain or a handful of birdseed or something, and something pretty, some little nothing, and they will, at some point, they'll decide they like you and bring you back some stuff, and you should never know what one of them's going to bring back.
Mm-hmm.
They bring back like buttons and like weird pieces of jewelry. They've never brought anything full, but they brought the weird rare piece of jewelry, like the back of a stud, or something that was in somebody's hair. And I've also found weird rocks in weird places, especially ones that are red in color.
Well, it's probably a present from them for you.
Yeah, we just we put them back in the same general location. I'm sure you've seen pictures of them.
Well, yeah.
And they select what they want, but they interact with it like all the time. It's really
I have a lot of hummingbirds here because they like I put out a lot of hummingbird flowers and stuff they like, that's our cactus bloom and that sort of thing. Hummingbirds love that because it's sweet tasting.
Nice.
And I was sitting out on the front porch meditating, and I felt this funny fluttering in my hair. And I put my hand up, and it was a bird that had gotten itself tangled in my hair.
Oh my gosh.
And I was surprised I realized it, because it took me a minute to know that something was there, because I was meditating,
Yeah.
And I put my hand up and I said, don't run your arms or you're going to get hurt. Let me take you out. I looked at him, I opened my hand. He looked at me like, you're not going to hurt me? Whoa. I said, you can go. It's cool. He lifted up just ever so carefully, and he took off. And he came back with another bird to look at me. See there, Mama? I told you it was big.
I had a cat bring me a pigeon in the house. We were in Arizona, and we had a water feature in the backyard of this house we were renting, and pigeons would go there in the afternoon. This pigeon was as big as the cat. And somehow this cat got a hold of this pigeon, and he drug it all the way up the stairs and into my studio and dropped it at my feet. And I'm like horrified, of course. And I jump feet up in the chair, and I'm screaming at my husband to come in there. And the thing comes back to life. And now I've got this pigeon in my studio. Oh my God. It was just...
a cat brings you a bird. Or something else dead, or rodent or something.
Because there just wasn't enough chaos in my life at that time.
You know why they do it, don't you?
It's a gift, isn't it?
Well, it's a gift, yeah, but they consider you a lousy hunter.
They only have 2 legs and no teeth. How we have to take care of them?
You had a squab there. You could have had dinner. I should have said that to her. She'll cry. Oh my God.
When I was in Colorado for that short amount of time, there were so many hummingbirds all over the place. I wasn't there for the big hummingbirds. It was like seasonal, I was told. The little ones were the ones I saw. And they were like so many of them, like swarms of them. It was so cool. And then I got told that there were these big hummingbirds that sounded like Volkswagens flying around. I never saw them.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've seen them fairly good size, but they're about the size of a mouse.
Yeah.
Aussie is flashing that green light at us, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum. Yep. And we're talking about
Yeah.
shielding, and that's how we naturally came to different modes of communication, especially with animals. And they know when you're in charge of yourself or not. They know when you've been mind slaved. You heard me. They know it. They for sure know it. Dogs will mimic you. Cats will scratch you. Birds will just peck at you or just avoid you altogether.
Or poop on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the animals, you have everybody has a spirit animal, and that's another layer of protection you can put around you too.
No, that I had that worked out for me by a guy that did totems, and it was really interesting because hummingbird is one of mine, which makes sense as ditzy as I can be, but the one of them was hummingbird, one was the ant, otter, and a deer. So there was like a handful of them, and then one that was unknown. And I figured that one out later because it's a fantasy creature. It's a dragon. So
too.
I have a special affinity for those.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know, Samo, I really don't know what you're talking about, but you know what I've noticed? I will say this. I haven't said this before, but talk about ghost blockers. Well, something I noticed being in this house, right? Got ghosts. Got ghosts here, right? For sure. Got ghosts all over the place.
Yeah.
When I brought my spirit guide in, they kind of calmed down. They all chilled out. And when she first made contact with me, like she did, then I started communicating on the regular, and all the other ghosts just chilled out. No more smashing things, sounds only. The doorknob still rattles sometimes, but not very often. But still, it happens. I think it happened earlier today, but I'm not sure. But Xena is here. My spirit guide is here. So I don't know. I think she's keeping a lot of that, like a guardian. You know, like, hey, this is my project. You don't interfere.
Well, that's possible. The ghostly energy gets real riled up when things are not calm in the household. Maybe there's fighting, or you have one child who's reaching puberty. That will set ghosts off like mad. Things like that, though, where things are unsettled. You have one person who's deeply depressed, some of that sort of thing, or confused. And when it happens,
yeah, it's like floodgates.
Yeah.
And the unknown, yes, I have an actual ghost box. I mean, I did this at the fest. I did this here at the fest. I have an actual ghost box. Yeah. I sure do. And yes, they do.
Yeah.
You got to be able to listen to them though, and it takes a little while to get into it because at first you're tuning in. And remember how I kept saying, "Are you going to say anything?" Remember? That was them talking to me. Are you going to say anything? Because I wasn't tuned in. And they were like getting frustrated with me. That was not at y'all. That was at me. So are you going to talk or what? That was them talking to me. I was doing my best to tune in, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
I mean, and this, I appreciate this. Who said it here? Urso is saying that the dragons are not fantasy, and I agree with you. They're not.
Yeah, they're not.
No. I've seen them. And they've seen me too. But they hang around a lot, especially with Storm and I. The storm is a big one for dragons.
I
And
can't
then-
say if I've ever had any anything with a dragon. Maybe there was somebody a long,
Dragon
many
oracle,
years
I
ago
like to use too.
that said that they worked with dragons, but I could never sense it. But I was
I used to work for a guy that used ceramic to make dragons. Okay, and make big castles with dragons around them, and that. I would paint his figures. He got a terrific amount of money for that. You know, at that time in particular, I think it was very much like Xena and some of the more ancient stories were going around at that point. People were really loving on that, and I would paint his figures. It's got to be quite a business for me for a
I
time.
saw a few of those. That you.
Yeah, you showed us some of those. They're really.
I mean, in real life, when I was living in El Paso, I saw them. You showed me a few of them.
Yeah, I guess I bet I did.
Yeah.
I was still doing it on Vulcan Avenue. I wouldn't be surprised. I do angels and things like that too. So, and I've done more of that for a little store called Make Believe, and kept doing it. You know, because I truly enjoy the work. It is quite tiny though, and when my retina busted, I had to back off of doing painting for quite a while. So, you know, it's very tiny, detailed work.
Question for you.
Oh, go ahead.
What's that word for we established it's higher than a tulpa. Like if you establish some type of order as golems being base level and then tulpa, and then there is the
Egregore.
Egregore. Could you spell that like in private chat so I can
I'll
like
get it.
Yeah, it begins with an E.
He got it.
It's Egregore.
Stream Engine got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what tulpa is. I know what the golems are, but Egregore, I'm not so sure.
I think that's the level that the dragon is on, where something has been like imagined into existence so much that it's self-aware, like Santa Claus.
Okay.
Well, they were just hunted to almost extinction, and they went into a different dimension. The dragons. They, in fact, I was just reading something this weekend, and I wrote it in my notebook about the fact that they were the ones. Back when the Earth was forming, dragons set the ley lines.
That's possible.
That they are the keepers of the elemental forces. They created the ethereal lines. Okay, hold on here.
Yeah, you always see them with the treasure they're guarding too. They like shiny things a lot, like crows and ravens do.
They come straight from source, and if you have an inclination towards liking dragons, we call them dragons, but their original name is okay, if I can say this right, Dakhour.
Yeah,
that sounds right. Dakhour.
Yeah, Dakhour. Anyway, you can say something like, Dakhour, show me, where my dragon lineage is or whatever. Eshkara, Dakhour.
Yeah, there's a couple of spells involving dragons. For far seeing and for seeing the truth of things.
What they're seeing in chat.
Yeah.
Egregore. I'm having a hard time pronouncing the word.
Mm-hmm.
Egregore.
Right, you got it.
Egregores are thought forms that are fed and given attributes till they can sustain themselves and break free from their creator.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times they'll have a name, but they won't tell you what it is, or they'll tell you something that's false, because to have their name is to control them. And that's where the whole demonology thing comes from too, because it is said that to know a demon's name is to control him, which is of course not so. You cannot control such a thing, but
Yeah, you can.
to a place, if he wants to be controlled, he might. But
Yeah.
If you are the creator of the egregore, it will feed off your energy. And
Right.
where it gets kind of tricky is then when you pass away, if this thing is still needing energy, then it needs to find another source. It needs to find somebody else to latch onto, and they can be problematic.
And that goes towards some more of the demonology mythologies.
Yeah, taking your energy type stuff. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why I was saying dragons are on par with egregores is because I picture that level being egregores, Jinn, Santa Claus, Petty Jean, these things that we've talked about, spirits that have outgrown the belief systems that have created them. Yes, I'll even acknowledge Jesus hypothetically being an egregore. Scream Engine was talking about that in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Once you've activated these thought forms and they break free from their creators, they continue to grow and they mutate, and some of them become feral. Excuse me, cough coming on.
And more and more sentient and more
aggressive.
Material and aggressive, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, these Jesus as an example, or La Llorona as
La
another
Llorona would be
crazy
one I
example.
would definitely say.
Yeah,
What was the name?
La Llorona.
What's that?
Hold on, let me make my point, and then we'll go to La
Okay.
Llorona. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. They will adapt. Entities will adapt to the thought form that is there, and they will kind of blend in. And you're already familiar, and it's kind of us giving it form to be here on this frequency level. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's it's more convenient to adapt to what's there than it is to make a whole new one. And
Right.
they might not know how to make us understand them. But since we already understand the egregore, then it goes, I am La Llorona. I am this Jesus you speak of. And well, I have come to the thought that Jesus was Jesus before we named him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he took on the egregore of that because we're already familiar.
Right.
And then crazy humans went crazy with it. Now, Raven, La Llorona is an egregore of South America, Mexico, Cuba, Latin America, all of it, right?
Southwestern United
All of
States.
it. Okay.
Mhm.
The legend goes, best I remember, is that a woman drowned her kids, or they drowned in the river, and she died from sadness, and you can hear her crying, looking for her children. And people have come to those areas, and they've seen a woman crying, heard a woman crying, seen her walking, looking for her children near rivers in those areas. That is La Llorona.
It's very much a heavy mythology here in Cruces, El Paso, put together with the Rio Grande River. Because the Rio Grande used to be quite wild and much larger than it is now, simply because the Boulder Dam and the Hoover Dam were both built in Colorado to control those rivers. They used to be enormous, and people would drown trying to cross the Rio Grande to get to go west. So it's again a big legend here.
Mm-hmm.
People still say, "Oh, I saw La Llorona the other night,"
Or they
and
heard her. They heard the moaning.
mm-hmm.
All of that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of paranormal teams have recordings of this woman crying in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're now not all of them are going to be La Llorona, but
No.
there is certain areas where the people bring it in with the culture,
Mm-hmm.
and it shapes. And there is usually a spirit waiting to step in and take over
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Take over that thought form. Go ahead, Tim.
Is there a word for that phenomenon? Because I've seen that before, where like, okay, here's an example of it. Before anything, there's a creator force, right? There's a creator force, and the creator force creates things, and those creations have names later on, but the names aren't really what the creator created. The creator just created things. These names came out of time and humans trying to understand what is an archon, an archangel, or is it?
Does it even exist, right?
Does it even exist?
Yeah. And it's the sort of thing. And who loves better to sit down at television and look at a horror film? We entertain ourselves with these things because the absolute worst thing possibly happened, at least in our minds at that moment. And you get this big adrenaline rush. When it's finished, you're like, oh, I don't know if I can go to sleep tonight, But
Mm-hmm.
we love that sort of thing in this country.
Yes.
That's one of the highest selling genres there are: horror stories and films and media. But the vampires are relatively new sort of phenomena. But La Llorona goes way back into the 1600s. And I think that it's not unreal to think it might have come over with the Europeans.
You know what? I got a story. I got a local thing going on, and I got to tell y'all real quick because we're at the end of the panel, right?
Oh, sure.
You said vampire.
Oh
man.
Oh.
Let me here's a local person here, right?
Yeah.
And he runs a local thrift shop, and I can never remember his name, but it is a European name. He came over there, right? He came over from there. What is his name? And he has it's not Vlad, right? But it's one of those names, okay? And he's from Europe. The place has no windows. He only comes around at night, and a lot of people disappear from there. And I'm like, that's a vampire, okay?
He may very well be.
I am not even joking, and
I'm
I
not
see
either.
these things, right? I notice these things. What in the world is this talking about? I'm trying to look up the manager's name, and I can't find it. I don't, and yeah, that's another thing. Only the employees know the manager's name, right? I can never.
I guess you're not supposed to remember.
You know what?
Everything happens for a reason.
That. I asked about that,
Yeah.
and the person I know that used to work there said the guy had a weird look about him, white skin.
White is
Never-
this?
Huh? What?
You say, white is this?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I only get to go there during the daytime hours, so I literally have never seen him. Right, but the place has no windows.
Maybe that's in your favor.
Yeah, I've never seen him. Nobody there can be around him that has been there when he shows up, and it's done regionally. And this guy opened this one up, and I'm like, no windows, only comes around at night. Nobody can stand to look at him, and he has a weird stare. People disappear. That's a vampire. That is a vampire. Nashville vampire. And I gotta remember his damn name. Go ahead, Tim.
I was just going to make a bad joke. It's a creepy old man.
He's not old. He's not old.
Oh, that would happen from bathing in the blood of the youth.
Yeah. Okay, so this investigative reporter did some research into, these plasma blood donation places that you can go.
Oh.
And figured out for the United States, continental United States, on average, how many people really need blood and how much. That equaled out to how many gallons versus how many are donated, how much is donated, and the quantities are so off.
Yeah.
And then further did research and said that most of that stuff is being flown over to Switzerland. What's in Switzerland?
There is a thing called vampire facials that is done with blood. Now, according to what I know of it, it uses your own blood to do these things. Supposed to be youth protecting, all right? Liz Bathory notwithstanding. And the thing is, though, that and what most people in this country don't really realize, there are such things as vampire clubs. Okay, people that are sanguine vampires. I think I'm saying it right.
Like everyone in the U.S. government, we've come to find out.
No, we may very well find that out, but I know of one place in Kentucky. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
They're a very simply a bar to go get a drink of the blood variety. And people do fancy themselves to be vampires.
Right.
They slink around at night and do their thing. There is a illness called porphyria.
Oh, yeah.
That you will find an awful lot of in aristocratic circles and in royalty circles because of getting passed around pretty badly by the Victorians. Victoria had some 9 children, and she infected the entirety of the European aristocracy with porphyria. Porphyria is known for the inability to tolerate much sunlight. Mm-hmm. Some of them can't tolerate any sunlight. They're very pale. They don't tan. If they get in sunlight, they blister within 5 minutes. And one of the few things that help this thing is large amounts of vitamin D, because they can't get it from the sun because they're allergic to the sun.
Right.
And this porphyria and also hemophilia will go hand in hand because they're similar illnesses, and they're also passed around by the aristocracy. Porphyria was actually the reason that King George III, that is to say the George that was there during the Revolutionary War and for Britain, had it so badly that he went completely mad. So you had your mad King George, but that's what caused it.
Oh, okay.
So this guy might actually be a porphyriac.
He may be, but I'm not so sure because
One of the problems with it is the craving of blood.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it fits. He may be. He may be. I don't know. I've never met him, but nobody can stand to be around him, and they can't stand his scrutiny, which is very strange. And I mean, he sounds like he walked out of a freaking Dracula to me, and started a thrift shop in Nashville, which is
what the hell?
really modern vampirism. Is what you know. I mean, there's a
I
lot.
want to go there next year for Quantum Fest.
Okay. Okay. It's right. It's very close. It's very close. And he's only there once or twice a month, so I'm told. But I mean, it fits too well. He's from the old world. And
One thing to be mindful of with vampires in particular, and they are quite real, all right, with porphyriacs, is that they have an odd odor.
I'll remember that.
Yeah, unless they're just absolutely scrumptious with their personal hygiene, they smell almost like snakes.
Wow.
Okay. I will pay attention. But everybody, thanks for being on my panel tonight. We're beyond the 2-hour mark. We started out talking about shielding, went to communication through empathy and through animal communication, the crystal network. Then we started talking about egregores and the theory a little bit behind that.
Yes.
And then vampires. Sightings. Hey, it's where
well-rounded night.
Shields up. Well-rounded.
Yeah. Very, very cool. So remember, everybody, Aussie is saying, like, share, and subscribe if you're here, you're quantum, but keep the shields energized. Keep your mind your own. Don't let the noise overtake your own self. They're going to scream at you. The propaganda machine is at full speed everywhere. Don't
Keep
let
your
it in.
vibration high.
Don't let it in. And they're now using technology. Well, we have some technology too. Feel free to use it. Go to Amazon and just get one. It's easy. It's super. It's cheap. You keep one
It's
in every
cheap
pocket.
enough to get a handful.
Yeah, you keep one in every pocket. So, thanks everybody. I'm going to go ahead and start pushing buttons. Keep your shield strong. Keep your internal frequencies clear.
Thanks for inviting me, Nathan.
Too easy. Hey,
Always
you're
a
always
pleasure.
invited. You're one of the
our
OGs.
To our chat, we love you.
Yes, thanks everybody. Renee, Stamo, Tim. Well, you're here too. Rachel, Scream.
Good night,
Rachel and Renee.
Renee is in there. There, I see. I'm not gonna let her go.
Scream
You
engine.
can't get out that easy.
Urso. Can't forget
Scream
Urso.
engine, Urso. I'm getting. There we go.
Octagon. Huh?
I don't.
Lots of folks.
Yeah. It was a joke. It's dwarf out of context reference.
And our moderators, thank God for you.
Yeah.
All the mods. Samo with the band hammer. Especial. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and push buttons. Y'all keep it quantum. Have a good rest of the week. Enjoy your Sunday. Talk to y'all soon. Pushing buttons.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.